Hi everyone, this is Ambika Singh and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be learning how we can extract data from any document using the capabilities of document understanding and generative AI in uipath. So let's get started. We'll first create a process. We'll name it as document understanding project. We'll hit on create. So the use case that I'll be telling you is of extracting data from invoices. We have these many invoices.
So as we open one of these invoices, we can see following data as amount due, invoice number, date of issue, bill to, and due date. So now what we want to do is we want to extract these data using document understanding. So let's see how we can do that.
So to do that, firstly, what we need to do is we need to make sure that we download these certain packages. Go to manage packages, click on all packages, and over here type document as we'll be using one of the activities of document understanding. So we'll be downloading this particular package. Just click on download and save. So once the package is downloaded, then in the activities panel, search for the activity which is called as extract document data. So select this activity and drop it in the main. So what is the purpose of this activity and why are we using this activity? The purpose of this particular activity is to extract data from an input file or document data object and store the result back in the document data object. So to use this activity, we need to use a prior activity which can get the input file. That we'll be using an assign activity. We'll drag and drop here. We'll create a variable for the assign activity that is file path, and we are extracting data from this particular location, so we'll be selecting this location over here. We'll be using get directory method, directory dot get files method over here, and we'll be passing this particular file location. Within that, expand this for a better visibility. We'll paste our path over here, and now the output of this particular method is string of array. So we'll go in the variables panel, we'll change our variable type from here. We'll select array of string, we'll click on OK, and we'll hit save. Coming back to this activity, over here it is asking us to select document understanding project. If you have created your own document understanding project, you can select it from here, or else you can either use a predefined document understanding project which is created by uipath. So in our case, again, we'll be selecting predefined document understanding project. Now once you select predefined document understanding project, it is asking us to select an extractor. Once you click on the drop down, we have these many extractors available here. So as we are using generative AI capabilities, we'll be selecting generative here as our extractor. Once you select generative as your extractor, this prompt field will come up. Now in the prompt field, you'll be passing whatever values you need to take, or you need to give information about the values to your bot that you need to extract those values from your document. So let's say if we want to extract invoice number from all our documents that we have, and we can give the information to the generative AI about what that particular field is all about, we can either simply write this label, or we can give a definition to a bot so that a bot can easily understand what we actually want from the document. Even if you write about the invoice number, the definition of the invoice number, it will get it from that as well. So if we see the document, what else details we need to find? Let's say if I want to get amount due, we can copy paste it over here, copy so the same information in the generative prompt. We'll again go back to our PDF. Let's say we want to get bill to detail. We'll again hit on add entry, bill to, select this. Let's say I want to get due date, go on add entry, due date, and date of issue. And we'll hit on save. Now in the input file, we need to pass the file path that we are getting in this string array to over here. So as we are getting a value in the string array, for that we'll be using for each, so that we can get information out of each file path. We'll put this activity, control X, paste inside this, and in this we'll first write it as file path, current item.
So this particular activity takes input file in the form of iResource. iResource is the abstraction of any resource within the system.
A variable over here, you can see the variable type that it is taking. Let's say we name this variable as input file variable and save it. Okay, so when you go in the variable panel, you can see this particular variable is created with the variable type as iResource. Okay, so what we'll be doing is, as we are getting a current file path in this current text, so we'll be expanding this and we'll be converting that to iResource variable type using this method, local resource dot from path, and we'll be passing our current text within the brackets, and we'll click on save. We'll do this. Okay, so now we want to get the output from this particular activity. What we'll do is we'll go to properties, and in the properties panel we will see the document data base and create a variable, let's say result. Okay, and save it. So once you save it, now what is our requirement is to see, or let's say we want to get back this data in an Excel document. We want to compile all the data from all the invoices into one Excel. So let's use that concept. We'll use an Excel application scope, activity, drag and drop this to here, and let's say we'll be creating an Excel with the name output excel.xlsx. Okay, now In this, we'll be using append range activity. We'll be using this particular activity. We want data. Okay. So the output of this particular variable is in the form of I document data. We'll be first converting that data to string and then to data table. We'll be using generate data table from text activity. I'll drag and drop to the main, and over here we'll write a result. We'll first convert this to string, and now we'll create a data table variable, let's say gt, and save it. Now pass this data table variable to append range, and we'll save it. So yeah, everything is done. As you can see, it is one by one appending the data to the Excel. It is extracting the data from the PDF invoices and appending it back to the Excel. Also, if you are running a community version, the size of the document that can be extracted is limited to 2 pages and 4 MB, and there is a rate limiting per account at as 50 requests per hour. So you cannot do above that using a community version. If you want more capabilities of this, then you need to buy an enterprise version for it. Our studio is still running. So if we go to the output Excel in which we are getting the data, so we'll see the output that we have got for all our PDFs. Over here you can see the invoice number that we have got, bill to details, amount due INR, date of issue for all the PDFs that we have mentioned in that particular path. And now the error that we have got over here is, as I told you, we are using a community version and it allows only 50 calls per 1 hour. So it is asking us to try again in 17 minutes as we have reached our limit. So yes, that is why we are getting. So as you can see, we have got our output. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel.